better. Okay, yeah, that's the right button. Let me see if it'll start. Okay, it looks like it's starting to stream, so let me plop the music in. Not have it loud though, because I don't want to deafen people, because that's horrible. I don't know if this music's good or
You
not.
cropped my little guy nicely.
Remember how much time I was struggling doing that? I think I was on call.
Yes.
It's like just like in pain because it was during the summer, so I didn't have my Photoshop thing for my classes, so I had to use like a different app, and I was like, I don't know how to use this thing. I know how to do it, but I just don't know.
So,
all right.
let's wait. Let's wait to see who tunes in when they tune in.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how many people tune into my thing. I think people usually just watch after the thing gets posted. That's okay. I don't blame them.
Something to put on in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully the music's not too loud.
So, Carolyn, what'd you have for dinner tonight?
Leftover pizza.
I guess we're going Italian today.
I guess so. I guess that's what we were doing.
I guess. Oh my god.
I guess. Quickly, sorry. I'm gonna have like a weird loud feedback for a second, and I apologize, people. I just want to see if like the. It sounds like it's fine. The music there.
Music's a little loud.
Oh, you want me? Okay, I can like. Hopefully that's not. I don't know. There. Oh I think
Yeah, it sounds better now.
Okay.
I was waiting because it's buffering and I'm like several seconds behind.
Yeah, that's the loveliness of YouTube. At its finest. Oh god. God.
Alright, so
Clap.
if I'm understanding this correctly, I came up with this idea while at work. And we haven't talked, me and Carolyn haven't talked in a while. So I thought, let's judge albums. Let's judge books by their covers. Essentially.
Is that the wrong grammar? They're inanimate objects, though. Sorry, continue.
No, that's not the wrong grammar.
Okay. Continue your point.
THERE, right? Yeah, that's correct.
Looks like they're inanimate.
Wait, no, it's not THEIR.
Hold on, folks.
I think so.
I don't know. Well, because it's like it's inanimate objects, but they're
fix it in pre. Fix it in pre.
What?
You heard me.
Fix it?
No, fix it later.
Okay. I mean, I can literally fix it right now. It's not that hard.
Do it then.
It's really not that hard to fix. It's just me just clicking edit and just like whatever. No one would notice probably, unless of course someone just came in or something just to.
So are you gonna show the tier list?
Let me do that.
Screen eventually.
Yeah. I don't know if you want. I mean, if you want to do it now, or you can like I don't know. I just didn't know how you wanted to do this.
We can wait a couple more minutes. I can hear the audio if you have it out loud, but if you do, I think everyone can hear it echoing.
It's echoing?
Now it's not, but like it was a second ago.
That just might be just my terrible internet. Might be.
Cool, love it.
Because I have my my earbuds on. I don't know, not earbuds, headphones, whatever. Yeah, it shouldn't be going through my thing, so okay. I have no clue then. What
it is a little.
How? Can I make it its own section?
I don't know how you did this, but I can hear it on your microphone on Discord. I only heard it because I made a loud noise by doing.
Oh. Oh, you're echoing?
Now I can't hear it. It was weird. I was just hearing the stream on your end.
Huh.
Anyways,
Okay.
enough talk. Let's fight.
Okay, we can.
Okay.
I think it's really.
Tier list because they're popular and we sell out.
Yeah, I've sold out a couple times. I'm not gonna lie. I've done a couple
fucking
tier lists.
coward.
I've done a couple on my channel. So
It's not very black metal of you. All right. So the rules first. We got S ranking, which means I'm going to tattoo this on my body. A, which is t-shirt. B, put on a wall, like, I don't know, put the album cover on your wall. C, listen to in the future. And then D, cool, I guess. And then the F tier, dog shit.
Again, this is
So-
just by the cover, not by the music on the album. So we can
No,
talk
no,
about the
because
music.
if we were to judge the music, then it would be a whole different video.
No, we can talk
Yeah,
about the
we'll
music, of
We'll
course,
save
if we
that one
want
for
to.
later.
So,
Yeah, we'll save that one for a later date.
yeah, probably. I mean, yeah. So, I'm gonna really look at some of these probably in my a separate screen, but that's okay, just in case I can't see them well. But at least I know what some of them are. So,
Good. Well, that's the whole premise. We don't know what some of them are, so we're gonna rank them accordingly.
CC, EE.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna just make this one a little bit randomy, just because I didn't like how there was 2 Green Days right in a row. So, I don't know. Of course, that's a lot of. If that's an issue, actually, I don't know. There's a lot of like bands.
There's
that they put
two.
together.
There's two. The bodies. I shall die here.
Yeah,
So-
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I saved it twice, even though I tried not doing that. But whatever.
Very professional.
I don't. You know what? Sometimes I surprise myself of how I can screw up.
I feel that.
A
Okay,
simple
so
task. Okay,
let's start with the first one.
so it's
Left's My Disease.
so it's hurt, right? Okay. Oh no, that's not hurt. That's
No.
definitely.
That's left.
Oh, left. I'm sorry. Anyway, don't mind
You are
me.
fine.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
I feel that.
I was tired.
Okay. Looking at this album cover, would you rate it?
Let me look at it. So I see. Sorry, I'm getting close to the thing, so I'm gonna be like really awkwardly close to the mic. Let's see. It's fine of an album cover. I think it's interesting. It draws the eye. I think it'd be like, for me at least, I'd probably like get a shirt of it. I think it looks cool. I think it'd be, out of context, it'd be like weird, but like cool.
Mine would be A immediately. If you put this on a t-shirt, you're a poser, bro. Because you don't know the band.
That's fair.
No.
But
No,
I'm
hold
just
on.
saying,
but-
in general.
Yeah, I would have it as A, personally.
And again, we're not talking about the actual music, so we're just talking about the cover, so... Now, if I did get this as a shirt,
regardless.
if I still get this as a shirt and I haven't listened to it, then yeah, obviously that'd be weird, but, in this context. Okay.
Okay.
It's a doggo.
Next one, Doggo. It's a tripod, even. I'm gonna do my best not to judge the music at all. Like, I'm really trying. But if I were to just see this album cover or anything I've known of it, I'm not gonna give you the context until we. Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna start doing that from now on.
Okay, fine.
But for me, I think it would be either B or A. But I think I'm gonna go with B.
Yeah, I can say B. Yeah, I agree.
Don't agree with me the entire time. I'll be confused.
I'm not saying I'm agreeing with you all the time. I'm just saying that I think I agree. Like, I mean, in my side, because it's like, I don't know if I would put it as a shirt, because it's just not my style, but as like a poster, I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah, I have that album as a shirt, so I have no right to talk.
That's fair. Fair.
But
I'll just
so that's Alice in Chains' self-titled album, also known as Tripod.
Don't mind me shifting some of them, because like I said, I don't like some of them close together.
You're perfectly fine.
Bands.
Okay. Next one It has like a guy with a hat that has wings behind it. Personally, looking at the cover by itself, I think I would just, I don't know, like listen to in the future. I'm trying not to judge the art at all.
I actually like the art a lot, actually. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I kind of would put it a little higher. Only, like, I kind of would put it as a tattoo. It's actually kind of cool.
Okay, we can compromise with A. How about
Yeah.
A? We'll compromise with A.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least sure it works, so I don't know. Does it really matter what order?
Knowing-
Not really.
Yeah. Me knowing the context, I would put it as S. It's Arcrow's Angel, Life's Love's Loss. It is a really, really good album. It's a side project from the lead singer of the band Hurt that he did with his guitarist, I think, during the Crux album cycle. But we'll get there when we get there. Anyways, okay. Next one is a picture of a burned down church.
Oh, it's a church. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a house.
a burned down church. I mean, it looks like a house. Everything looks like a
Well,
house.
it's burnt, so it's kind of hard to
Volatile
tell at
form.
this point what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So, I just realized there's two inferences. We'll get there when we get there. Sorry. It's okay.
Pain. This is actual pain.
Where would you put the burned down church?
It's. I think if it was just a photography shot, I say it'd be like higher, but just the fact that it's an album cover, it doesn't speak enough to me. I say like.
So
I could say listen to in the future. It's interesting to me enough for me to be like interested into getting into it and listening to it, but I don't think it's enough to be like, oh, you know, I gotta put this on something, you know.
yeah, I would. I think I'd agree. But I have that album on a shirt too, so I have nowhere to talk. But I would definitely do listen to in future. Buy the album.
I love that I have the t-shirt, but it's like, again, in the context of like, if you're really talking about it as like the actual songs on the album, that makes sense to have it as a t-shirt, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay, so we're on that.
That's Burzum's Ask album. Now, don't get me wrong. Varg himself is kind of a racist douchebag, but he made good music, so it's kind of like a Euronymous thing. But
Gotcha.
anyways,
Hold on, check chat just in case someone did anything. Okay, I just wanted to check chat real quick. Okay, we're good.
you're fine. Okay,
We're on the next one.
next album is a shadowy figure thing in like a forest. It's like black and white, so you can barely tell what it is.
I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. It
By itself,
was-
I would put as cool, I guess. I hate to say that.
Yeah. It kind of goes with the same thing with like the last cover. It's just there's not enough for me to be speaked about it really.
Yeah.
But
And I think that was the whole premise of this scene, really, but still.
I mean, yeah, I get what you mean. It's just like it's you know what? That is, I guess, the definition I'd say for it. It's cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's cool, I guess.
I feel like that's fitting for it. So, that's where we would go.
Yeah. Perfect.
Perfecto. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine. That album is Dark Throne's Panzerfaust, which is probably my favorite Dark Throne album. That's not judging the music, it's judging just the...
Gotcha.
Okay, the next one is a skull with red and blue flowers around it.
Okay.
Tattoo.
Yeah, actually I can agree.
I would
Only
put it-
because I've seen something like that, like a tattoo before, and I think it works really well as just in general as like a artistic piece.
Yeah.
It just looks nice artistically and definitely interesting and eye-catching enough where, yeah.
Yeah, I fully agree. It's just it's a good all It's, you know, it's just nice to look at. It's pleasant.
It's please.
Okay,
Okay,
next one.
This is
Okay, that album. My bad. That album was Deftones' self-titled album.
Gotcha.
Okay, you introduce this one.
Okay. This one's a simple one. It is
Don't say.
a man.
Don't say.
I won't say who it is, obviously. It's a man riding, wearing a bear costume, and a bear's piggyback riding them with just a red background. That's pretty much it.
Okay, I know who this band is, but
gotcha.
it kind of pains me to do this, but D.
Okay, I can see why. It's not that interesting. Like when it comes to like an album cover, it is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like just cool.
Yeah, I guess I could put it the cool, I guess, category, but like but yeah.
Well, where would you rate it? Where would you rate it as the art?
Without obviously context of what the album sounds like. Yeah, if I saw this, I'd be like, it's cute, but I'm not sure what this is.
Fair, yeah.
So I'd be like, yeah, it's cool. I guess.
Okay.
So you said it was F.
No, I said it was D.
Oh, you said it was D. Okay, so we both.
Yeah,
D.
it's not dog shit, but it's definitely cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting. So enough, but it's just not enough to like really do anything with.
Yeah.
The album itself, though, it's pretty good. But anyway, that's a different day.
I mean, you can. What album is it?
Oh, yeah, I should probably say what the band is. Yeah, it's Fall Out Boy, Fully Defox.
Which is a fucking great album.
It is. I re-listened to that album recently, and yeah, just chef kiss.
I haven't done it in a while, so I hate to, but it's a good album, but I need to. Okay, the next album is Fog Lake's Inference 3, the re-release.
Okay.
In my opinion, the album cover, because I'm a sucker for cryptozoology, I would put it on my wall.
It's... Let me see. Okay. It's... Yeah. Actually, I almost want to say shirt, just because it's kind of interesting that way. But, putting on wall makes sense, though. I can definitely say that for sure. I think for me, at least that way.
Yeah, good meat in the middle. That's a valid place to put it. B. Okay. I need to stop saying the album name before I actually say the fucking thing.
Oh, we put it together. Now whatever. I'm not gonna move it right now because at this point, actually, kind of good segue anyway.
The next one is a gun, and it's like a cool like futuristic toy space gun. Yeah. I would put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah. No, I agree with that one. Just I think it works for a t-shirt.
Yeah, it's just super cool. I like I don't know, I'm a sucker. I'm like a big kid, so it's like seeing a little gun. It's like pew
pew pew. Yeah, it's just kind of cool in general looking gun anyway. So, yeah, I think t-shirt works for me as well.
It would be nice on like a beige shirt too, like so it like blends in all together.
Yeah.
So that was Foo Fighters' self-titled album, and I think, like you said, this is a good segue to talk about our boy Taylor Hawkins and his recent sudden passing. And honestly, he didn't write that album or wasn't much involved with it, but holy crap, has he had an impact for Foo Fighters and the rock community in general.
For sure, yeah.
It kind of sucks that people don't really talk about the artists until they're dead, you know? Chris Cornell's another good example. Like yeah, he was a phenomenal musician, then like even me, I'm a victim of this, you know, or not a victim, but I'm a perpetrator of this, where it's like I didn't really get into Soundgarden until after he passed away. So it's kind of a strange like cycle where we don't realize that, oh, this person's dead, so I can never see them live anymore. You know?
Yeah, I actually kind of agree with that one. That's just a thing I kind of come by a lot, and it's more of like I think I realize it too when it's like bands I've heard about before or like artists I've heard about before,
Yeah,
and I wasn't really sure about listening to, and it's one of those things. It's like too late, you know. You start getting into them, it's like they're past, and it's like they, you know, there's never gonna really be new material again, or it's not gonna really be the
yeah,
same, you know.
yeah. It's disappointing, but I just pray for the rest of the Foo Fighters family, and I just hope they'll get through this because this really this just sucks.
Yeah, it's just at least from the sounds like just you know very out of the blue and unexpected, you know.
Yeah, it was shocking, and I know it's shocking to everyone. So
Yeah, man.
but despite that, his memory lives on, and the love for him continues to live on in people. So let's go on to the next.
Which is
Um,
yeah.
we won't say what it is, but it's quite obvious. Why don't you describe it, Carolyn?
Oh yeah, it is mine, huh? Like, I forgot on here. Let me see if I can. It's got like a nice. I think those are flowers, if I'm correct. I'm sorry, it's really small on my screen, so like little flowers.
Flowers
It's got like
and a buffalo on top of it.
a woohoo, um like
A
nice kind of
nice bird.
like wings, yeah, to it. It's got like nice wings to it and like ribbons, you know, to it.
And then there's a bird in the middle, that golden thing.
Oh, that is, yeah, it is a bird. I, for the life of me, was like
Yeah.
not able to see it. I was like, again, like, oh god, I got bad eyesight.
So,
Don't mind me.
I'm judging this on the album cover alone. Hard to do, but dog shit.
Really? Huh.
I don't like this album. I really don't. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't know. I it's, you know, it just doesn't really catch my eye. This I didn't it's fine. I just see the cover, I'm like, oh, you know, kind of
Um. Hmm. I. You know what? I think for the compromise, because I would say like listen to in future, but I think the good compromise would be cool. I guess you know,
Yeah,
really
I
fits.
can agree with that.
I think that's like a fitting category for it. Which, oh yeah, it's Foo Fighters. I was like, what?
Foo Fighters in your honor. Yeah, in. Okay, so the next one is a picture of a statue in a very like vaporwave aesthetically way, but also very dark and twisted. So like there's something almost wrong about it.
I really like this cover. I'm not gonna lie. There's something about it that like feels like the right amount of ominous to it, where it's like you're kind of intrigued to like know more.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
For me, it'd be t-shirt, almost tattoo.
Yeah,
Almost.
I say t-shirt. Cause
Okay, we
I
come
was
to
gonna
mutual
say
agreement.
yeah, I was gonna say t-shirt because it was like I can definitely see it on t-shirt and it looking really cool. Like a nice like kind of like dark t-shirt, you know. So like
Like
kind
a
of blends
black
in.
one, yeah.
Yeah, like it blends in kind of nicely.
And that is a album from the band From Joy, and the album's called It Lingers, and such a good album. And I fucking like if I could genuinely reach out to them and be like, oh, can you guys come to Southern California? Like I would totally do it. But regardless, great album, but also like great work as well. So
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I guess it's mine now. I can actually look
Yeah.
at it because it's on my wall. Not the point. That's not
Well,
my
I mean, it's on
video.
me already. Yeah, exactly.
But I
Can
have to
somebody
just.
say hinting?
It's kind of weird how to describe it because there's so much going on with it. But for the most part, there's an explosion. It says the title of the the album as well as the band. There's
Okay.
like a lot of creature like animals like monkeys and dogs and stuff like that throwing poop. Not even kidding. Obviously, it fits of the album.
Yeah.
Everyone, pretty much, it's just ultimate chaos is happening. Everyone's like in the streets. Everyone's just breaking things and throwing things and just like kind of celebrating. It's really weird to describe because again, there's so much going on in the image.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's my best way of describing it. There's a lot of animals, and people.
Yeah, and where would you rank this?
I wouldn't buy a second album.
No, without
Okay,
without the context.
Without the context
Without
of what
the-
it is. I almost say t-shirt, but I feel like it'd be a little too chaotic for a t-shirt. So I'd probably say put it on my wall. I mean, I'm not even saying that just because it is on my wall. I'm actually generally serious with the way of like, because it's a lot going on and there's a lot artistically going on. And I feel like in
Yeah.
a shirt, even then, it's even harder to see it. When it's like a big enough poster, I feel like you can actually see a lot of just what's going on.
Yeah, there's something to admire about it.
Yeah. It's like a Where's Waldo-y thing, I feel like,
Yeah. I would do listen to in future.
Okay. Yeah, I can compromise and put it there.
Okay.
Only because I can understand from like a certain standpoint, like it's kind of weird and a lot. Like I said, sometimes a lot going on can be too much for people.
Yeah, I wanted to put it on cool, I guess, but as someone who likes comic books and shit, like I can't look at that and say that that's not really cool.
Yeah, for sure. So, that is Green Day's Dookie. I like the album a lot. I will say, when it comes to it commercially and stuff like that, I feel like it does sometimes get into the overrated category. But I will admit, it is a good album, and there is some bangers on there that some people don't talk about. So
it's not as overrated as what is that other one?
Oh, American Idiot.
Thank you. Yeah, that one. Not as overrated as that one.
That's its own. Oh, I gotta put it on here, but honestly, I just kind of slipped my mind. But you know what? Who cares?
That's fine. Next album has 2 black bars, one on the top, one on the bottom on the movie screen, and in the center of it has like a circle with like other circles in it. It's all like psychedelic and weird, like kind of like an old clock. Yeah, kind of like an old clock, or one of those things where they would show to like align the stars or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it with like a purple background, and it just looks all around pretty cool. But I have to put it in listen to in future. Personally. How about you?
Okay. This is gonna be a weird one, and I know probably the compromise. I don't know what the compromise actually will be. Is I think it's cool as a t-shirt. I don't know why. I think I kind of like that weird psychedelic vibe. I don't know what it is. There's just something about it that kind of looks cool.
Compromise on put on the wall?
Yeah.
Okay. So, that was Hurt's, as of today's date, final release called The Crux. It's a pretty, I'm biased for Hurt, as I have 1, 2, 3, 5 posters of them on my wall. So
Fair. Alright.
But it's a good album if you like, rock and metal. But the album cover by itself is listened to in future for me. It didn't captivate me right away when looking at it, but it's still, a pretty cool vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one you got the second copy of, which is fine. They did 2 pressings of this album.
You sent
But
it to me.
this is the one. This is the one. It's okay. This is the one I got, and it's
Fine.
like, what are they called? Where you smush 2 things together and like fold them out, and they make a picture.
I can't even pronounce it.
Rorschach.
Sorry, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
It
Rorschach
was like
thing.
had a moment of like having to pronounce it.
Mental breakdown. It's a Rorschach thing of like red stuff. It looks like obviously blood, but I honestly think T-shirt for this one. Almost tattoo.
Trying to look at it. Yeah, I could say put on T-shirt. I was gonna say put on wall, but I can see as a T-shirt actually. I can see someone wearing this,
Yeah.
so I can put it there. Yeah, T-shirt.
Okay. Well, we found that compromise. This is IRM's Virgin Mind. This is the second pressing of this, and the pressing that they put on like posters, which I have on my wall. I like them a lot. Anyways, the first pressing of this album actually has like a picture of like blood on it, and then little square images of the lead singer, I guess, Martin Blad, performing one of his performances where he's like covering himself in blood. I think the performance was called "Sensation Is Everything," but that's the one I wanted Carolyn to grab, but she grabbed this one, and I didn't give her context about it, so that's my fault. That it's completely my fault. But this one is really cool. I like this a lot. But yes, IRM's Virgin Mind is like an experimental noise album.
I don't know. I was just like, I'll grab and go.
Yeah, exactly.
So, my bad.
You're fine. That's completely my fault. Okay, next one. It looks like just an image of like people in a town and whatnot, and just kind of like gathering around and shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you rate this one first.
Okay. Let me look at it. There's a lot of weird thoughts with it. Like at first glance, it's kind of boring and generic a little bit to me. But on the other hand, I can see it on a shirt. For some odd reason, I don't know why.
For me, it's dog shit.
You know, I mean, I think to me it'll go to cool. I guess I feel like if it's in that category.
We can compromise on cool, I guess, but definitely for me, it's dog shit.
No, you know what? The more I look at it, yeah, no, it's not that great, actually. I keep looking at it, and it's like, there's something about it, it's like, I wish there was more, I guess is what I guess is my thought process, so I'm putting it in the bottom rank. But yeah, I just, you know what? That is my issue with it, is I wish there was just more to it, other than just a picture of people.
Yeah, I agree. This is Elliott Smith's Roman Candle album. This is nothing against Elliott Smith, great artist. But it's just all of his album covers like aren't interesting. This is coming from an artist perspective really likes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, this is just a very uninteresting, uninspiring album cover. But the music, just like that's the problem, because he has such good music, and when I think about the album cover of Either Or, I think that's a good example of him as an artist. Like, it's just kind of him sitting in the restroom with a cigarette or something. But anyways, Elliott Smith's Roman Candle album cover. But
yeah,
like
it's just
like album covers.
Yeah, and again, like I said, it's just I wish there was more to it than just that, you know.
And yes, I I've gotten a text that someone who's watching is very upset that we put it on dog shit, but they fully agree that they're crying.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is someone? Oh wait, is there someone in chat? Oh no, never mind. Well, someone in
No,
chat,
they're
but not
actually
actually.
personally texting me. Yeah.
They're like, "How dare you?"
Fucking livid.
You're like, "Why?"
I don't blame them, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because Elliott Smith is great. Okay, next one. It's a pinkish kind of cover with hands, two dismembered hands, hanging off like a wooden bar.
It's
What's your opinion on it?
too much of the pink. I think that's what kills it. Is the too much of the pink of it. If it was like just like kind of like maybe like a pink border a little bit and then the hands, I think it would probably be higher. But honestly, I think it's just like a cool, I guess, category.
I would put it on listen to in future, so we can put it on, I guess.
Okay. I think it's
Personally.
just too much pink. I don't know if that's what the album
Yeah.
actually is like that or not, or if it's like the different. I don't know if it's just a different copy or not. But like to me, it's just like
I'm gonna tell you the story behind it when
okay.
I put it on. But when it hits that list, I'll tell you the story all about it.
Okay. But,
So
yeah.
cool, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is Mayhem's technically second studio release besides Pure. This is their second release called Death Crush. The album was supposed to be bright blood red, but they had a printing error because they self-released it and all the albums came out, the first pressings came out pinkish. It was supposed to be like the brightest red they could, and on later releases and whatnot, they ended up getting that. But yeah, this is that was an accident.
See, knowing that context, that makes it kind of. I'm not moving it obviously, but that just makes a difference to me because it's like if it was red, at least it'd be more standing out to me. Then. But
yeah, and that's what they wanted. Yeah, but it just sucks because that's definitely what they want. But
yeah,
it's just
okay. So you know what? That's okay. So at least we had the same thought process. At least it's not like one of those. It's like different. It's like no, we wanted it this different color. That makes more sense.
Yeah, and it's just a printing error because self-release shit never goes right, unfortunately.
Self-releasing, I've heard a lot of stories.
Yeah. Okay, next album. It's a black album with like a creature crawling out from the darkness with a very distraught and sad face. Where would you put this one?
T-shirt.
Okay. The T-shirt list is getting a little cluttered.
It is.
I would have to agree.
I mean, it's gonna clutter, yeah, for sure, but only
it's gonna keep getting cluttered.
It's probably. I mean, I guess that's I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but my reasoning for why T-shirt is because it's just like I don't know. I think it just look really nice on a T-shirt.
Yeah, I agree. And not to be a little, what's the word, biased, but I have definitely wanted to get this on a T-shirt, and I just haven't able to. 1, money. 2, rare. So, I can agree, T-shirt, and that's just looking at the album cover and not knowing the music behind it. Mm-hmm. But that's Leviathan's, I think, first official release called The 10th Sublevel of Suicide. And it's pretty solid album, I think. I think it's a solid one. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty good album, pretty good art, and I think he ended up actually doing not only the logo for his own solo band, but the cover as well. Along with his other albums, but I think it's really cool. So, next one is a dog. A big black dog chasing an RC car.
Well, there's a tinier one too.
Huh?
There's a tinier one too.
Yeah, there's then there's one to the right, a scruffy little, also getting involved. Where would you put this? I want you to read.
Maybe put on a wall? Maybe. Either listen to it in future or put on a wall.
I think, as much as I want to go straight tattoo, King this cover, and it's the only thing I admire mostly about it, I can agree with listen to in future or put on wall.
We can put it
We
in.
can put it on the wall.
Okay, we'll put it on the wall. Put it on the wall now.
Yeah, put it on now. So, I don't know much of the context of this album, but I think it was one of their earlier releases. This is Tad's release, Inhaler. I've only listened to one, enjoyed one, but I have yet to fully listen to this album. When I saw the album cover, I was just like, "Yo, I love this." When has a grunge band just had dogs like that on it? It's just a very cute and wholesome. But yeah, top tier,
My face is itchy.
top
Sorry.
tier cuteness.
It is very cute though. I like the yeah. It is very just yeah, definitely cute. It's definitely unexpected. You're like, oh, cookies.
Yeah. Oh, and then you hear the music. Anyways, next album has like a guy standing in corpse paint, looking at a noose in a doorway. This one's gonna be hard for me, but hi Trevor. I'm putting this one on cool, I guess. Listen to in future.
I say listen to in future.
Okay, we can put it on listen to it.
It's enough to intrigue me, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I don't say it would like be top tier, at least when it comes to like the look of it, but like it's enough to be like, you know what, I can, you know, seek out this album and see what it sounds like, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. Listen to in future it is. So, that's Zassler's what is it? Gate through the Bloodstained Mirrors. I think that's like the vinyl release of it. The actual like original release has a different cover, which I didn't like. But this is that cover he has on all of his like digital release of the album. So I like that cover. It's pretty cool for at least like the music that's played on it. Also, no, my brain just fucking shut off. It's gone. Okay, so the next one is just kind of a white background with a giant like 2 red lines coming down it like a road, and it says "Daughters" in big bold letters. Where would you rate this one?
I just want to say F tier, honestly, but
Really?
it's just not enough. It's so bland of an album cover. I mean, maybe it might be the whole point of it. Obviously, I don't know what the context is. Obviously, that's the whole point. But
Yeah.
it's cool. I guess I could say cool. I guess is more where I would put it.
I was gonna put personally, even though you had it in dog shit, I was gonna say listen to in future, and I was cool, I guess. So I can agree.
It's just I don't know. You know what it is to me that like, I think throws me off? It looks sports vibey, and I don't know how I feel about that for an album cover.
Yeah. That's a very fair validation I'll put it as.
Though I will say probably some people will probably be out there probably saying like, well, I could see it on a t-shirt, and it's like I do, but it's like I just don't, you know.
It doesn't catch you.
It doesn't catch you. Like if it was a t-shirt, I guess on its own, yeah, maybe, but like as an album cover, that's a different situation.
Yeah, I agree. So that is Daughter's second release called Canada Songs. It is about a 15-minute album of very fast instrument playing and screaming. So it's it's an entertaining album, and it inspired me to want to start a grindcore band, but I have not gotten anyone to do that with me yet. But that's a fun little album if you want to listen to something very short and sweet. So the next one we have is a very darkened picture of like a statue's face. This kind of has the same energy of one t-shirt tier, but it's giving us less because less colors. So due to the look of it, I would probably put it in, I guess.
Yeah, I can agree with that one actually. That category, because it's. I mean, like, yeah, it's like the other one, but I feel like it's just not an. It's just a face, which is
Yeah,
fine. It's just, I don't know.
it's cool, I guess.
Yeah, it works, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah, I can see it in that. So that is Leviathan.
Hold on, I think you got cut out. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on, guys. I think Jacob's thing is not working for whatever reason or another. Hold on. Um. Wait, we'll check this. Well, Jacob is having technical problems. He probably will be back in a minute. There he is.
When did I get cut off?
You were literally just about to explain the album.
Okay. So it's Xasters and Leviathan's split album. It's a good album. Just from what I've heard, it's pretty solid. So the next one we have is a big open sky, like a big gray open sky with houses with like just a good sheet of snow on top of it with like dead trees all around. Obviously, it seems like it was taken around like winter time. This one I would personally put on wall.
I'm trying to see what I'm envisioning for it. I'm looking at it and it's just like I don't mind it probably being put on a wall, but I this is more to me. I don't know what I just listen to in future, but
We can put it there.
okay.
But that one's. Well, I want your explanation on why you would listen to in future.
It's just like I just don't think again. It's like it's intriguing enough because it's like an interesting scene to look at. The kind of gloominess, the snowiness. It's kind of like a kind of depression-y kind of vibe. But it's just
Yeah.
I don't really know if I would put it on my wall.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. It just seems kind of maybe. No, I'll keep it where it's at, I guess.
Yeah. That is Planning for Our Burials Below the House. I have yet to listen to that album. I've told myself 100 times I would listen to it, and I've never gotten around to it. It's under the same record label as like a couple other like doom-gazy bands like Have a Nice Life. So it's probably I've from the snippets I've heard of the album, it's pretty good. But it's something I just haven't gotten around to yet, unfortunately.
Big fair.
Next one is about, what is it? 2/3 of the cover is like red and orange, just a very vibrant. And then the top, like, not even like 1/3, but the top of it is like a black with a little white in it, and it's really weird. It almost like seems pretty and like an abstract thing. Personally, I would put it on listen to in future.
Sorry. Yeah, okay. I agree with that one. You know, listen to in future. I think it's enough to intrigue me. You know.
Any reasoning behind it for you?
I almost wanted to say put on a wall, but it's like I feel like at that point, I almost feel like it's almost ruining the concept of it in a weird way.
Yeah.
I just have like a strong suspicion like that's kind of like it's the context, but not the context. I feel like it's too on the nose doing that, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So that is Nine Inch Nails. What is it? 1, 2, 3, fourth official album. I'm including their Broken EP. Fourth official album called The Fragile.
I thought I recognized
Released in 1999. It's like a double album. Solid freaking album. If you've listened to the Downward Spiral and you've enjoyed the hell out of it, that's pretty much not exactly what this is, but it's kind of like that, but bigger and broader and more experimental.
Gotcha.
Or like more with Trent Reznor finally realizing where he wanted to dip his toes in.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, it looks like half of a woman who is in their underwear, half of a woman's body, and they are absolutely soaked in blood.
AKA Carrie.
Honestly, huh?
I said Carrie as well.
Yeah, Carrie.
Carrie
Oh, is that
vibes.
from Carrie? Is that where it's from?
I don't know if it's where it's from or if it's like inspired by it, but
Probably.
it gives me that vibe.
But yeah, I fully agree. Personally, I do want to put this on tattoo, but I think I'm gonna put it on t-shirt. For me.
Mm-hmm. 100% t-shirt.
It's just a really cool image. I just really like it. It's like a mixture of like almost pretty, but also really, really gross as well.
Yeah, there's some like kind of like dark kind of beauty to it in a way. So yeah, I think it's definitely. I don't know if it's based off of Carrie, but I mean, I was just saying that it has that vibe to it, but probably maybe.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Okay.
I would think so. Okay, Carolyn.
Okay.
Explanation.
All right. I mean, it's. I mean, well, it's not that boring of a cover, but anyway, I'll get to my reasons in a minute. But it's a woman sitting on a couch with graffiti on it.
Okay.
That's literally it. That's literally it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I had nothing else in my mind. That was just a random one I picked up there. Yeah, I agree.
Dude, I didn't even explain the last album. My bad.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah, you can go back. Yeah, the last one with the woman on the front.
Mirror Kisses Bad Dreams. It was a side project or original project that the electronic phenomenal artist George Clanton did. Recommend that album. Top tier shit. Good techno-y, vaporwave-y electronic shit. Continue on this one.
Oh, on Pink's album? Yeah, it's Pink's Misunderstood album, its second album. The album itself is actually pretty nice. I really like this album. It made me cry. It hit way too close to home. Some of the songs on it. But like, yeah, the cover itself is just too bland.
Yeah, it's kind of like the thing with Elliott Smith. Like Elliott Smith has like really, I'm gonna cry and probably sit in the restroom and just lay on the ground of the shower floor naked in a ball. Like that's Elliott Smith's music, but the album cover, same energy. It's just it kind of sucks.
Yeah. For just like a little context on the Pink one, by the way, when it came to the crying, I was literally in like the power went out, and I was like just literally like just decided to listen to this album on my laptop, and I was in the dark crying. In the dark.
That just sometimes it helps. Music helps.
I don't know. I just thought the context of that is just interesting.
Yeah, it is. No, I agree. Well, I'm glad the album was there to comfort you.
Yeah.
It's good. So, the next one is a very almost distorted image of a kid with a big giant grin on his face and like a red tinge, and it looks sinister and almost gross and terrifying. Honestly, I would probably do Put on the Wall, but I want to hear your opinion and why, Carolyn.
It's actually interesting. The more you look at it, the more like it does get like more sinister. Because like at first it's like, oh, it's just a kid kind of just grinning, and then you kind of keep looking at it, and you're like, you keep looking at it, and it's like, what is wrong with this image? Just like it just keeps getting worse. So I think actually putting on the wall would actually be fitting like that, because I could definitely see myself just like getting up and looking at it, and then being like, nope, it gets worse every time.
Yeah, and we're running away from it.
Just like more sinister. You're like, yeah, I definitely see that.
Weirds me out. Yeah, I get it. Put on the Wall it is. So this is Mouth Breather's Pig album. It's a grindcore, mathcore, heavy metal album. Good stuff. Fucking weird band, but they're so good.
I love that, just weird, but alright.
Next one. Looks like some people's persons against like almost like a light show or like one of those light rooms, and an arm raised up, like all shadowy and shit. Like it's super weird and abstracty almost. I don't know how I would get this tattooed.
I bet I want it tattooed.
But I would.
Yeah. There's something about that's actually really cool to it, actually. It's something I really love about it, actually. I mean, yeah, you know what? I'd try to figure out how to tattoo this too. I don't know how. But I'd be
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to, but I would.
I don't know, probably take half of my body, but you know.
Exactly. That is Loath's I Let It In and It Took Everything album. It was their most, I think, second recent release. And chef's kiss on top of a chef's kiss. If I could describe an album. Like, it's just... so good. Okay, next one is I'm completely blanking on the album's name. Give me 1 second. I know it's by it's like a face like against a purple background. That's the face looks like skeletal and disgusting almost.
Almost like an X-ray, but not quite.
And no, because it looks very, very real and it's very, very gross almost. It's like a disgusting thing.
Yeah.
I'd probably put it on a t-shirt. I know t-shirts getting cluttered, but I would.
Yeah. I can see this on a t-shirt for sure. Yeah.
Your reasoning?
My, it's kind of, I mean, it's really interesting. It's just kind of unique. About, like, a cover that, like, it alone as a shirt, I can definitely see, you know, too. It just, overall, and it's just got this, like, vibe to it that's just kind of, like, disturbing a little bit. You know?
I think that's what drew me to this album a lot. And that's kind of, like, what we're rating these on. But, like, definitely the album cover is just jarring, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But that is, Mesbo's Venerology. And if you don't like noise music, don't listen to this. This is literal like ear rapey shit.
Gotcha.
Like I was attracted to this album from the album cover, and I tried listening to the music. And yes, I listened to a good amount of noise music, but this was literally like it was molesting me. Like, it just touched me in all the wrong ways. And it was just like, noise music. This is beyond noise. And no wonder, because fucking Mesbo is literally, like, the godfather of noise music. And he's, like, a super noisy boy. But still, if you like noise music, listen to the album. And the next one we have is like a smoky, shadowy face, like with black
Hmm.
eyes and black mouth, and it just has like almost tears rolling down its eyes.
Something about it is disturbing me greatly, and I I know this is gonna sound really weird, but almost is like like a fetus almost. And I know that sounds
No, I can see it.
really weird saying
I
that,
can see it.
but it's like it's almost like like this like babyish, and it's like it's kind of weirding me out because I don't know. I mean,
The one below it is not helping.
no, it's not. Oh my god. I didn't even look at that one until you said that. I'm like, oh no, you're right.
So, this one I would personally put on tattoo.
Yeah, something about it. Yeah, actually, you know what? I agree with that. Only because it's like again, it's so strange, but but it's got like there's so much story to it though. Like there's so much going
Yeah,
on with it that like you just kind of it seems personal, you know.
yeah. And it is a very personal album, despite all the controversy and the possible like um bad, stupid, scummy shit Alexis Marshall has done. This is a very naked album for him and his band Daughters. This is the same band that did the one down there on Cool, I guess, but it is an experimental, almost noisy album called You Won't Get What You Want. And I cannot express how much I love this album. I'm not sucking what's his fucking name's dick. The music guy, Anthony Fantano. But his praise for this album is understandable because it is just it's a really, really good album. From like I wish I could go on a whole rant about it, but I recommend it. It's definitely an album you would have to listen to in a very, on a day where you're not feeling like offing yourself because it's a very like rough listen, at least to some extent.
Gotcha. Also, hey Trevor, I don't know if you left or not, but I just wanted to say hi since I just wanted to acknowledge that is all.
I said hi to Trevor the Poop as soon as he entered. So
Oh,
I guess
I apologize then.
who's slacking? Guess who's slacking?
I am.
No kidding. Okay, the next one is a very interesting image of like painted stuff and whatnot, and it just looks like a very childlike drawing slash painting, and it's just very lighthearted, but it's also like something off of about it as well, you know?
um. Uh, Either listen to in future or put on wall.
I do listen to in future.
Okay. That's no, yeah, I can agree with that one. It's like it's cool and interesting and like definitely like intriguing me, but it's like a little odd, I guess.
Yeah, there's almost a lot going for it and almost nothing at all. But it's really weird because it's like everything's on the corner of the screens, nothing's centered.
That's what's bothering me.
Like
I think that's just as an artist. I think that's my issue.
I really like that because that almost pushes the boundaries for me. Because like,
No,
I'm not sure
does.
where is it, you know?
It does. No, it does. It does. It definitely does push a boundary. It's just really odd to me as an. I think that's the thing. It is pushing me as an artist to be like, being like, oh, this is wrong, but it's like, but there's something about it though.
Yeah,
It's
I agree. That's Dive's album Is the Izar. It was their second release, and it's pretty solid album. Like I'm trying hard not to gush over Dive, but honestly, really good. Really like it. So it's like a shoegazy krautrock album, but definitely solid.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is a woman with a head on a platter, which I assume looks like Judas or Jesus, and I can't tell.
I can't tell either.
It's an old like 1800s painting. It looks like.
Yeah, at least that's the style of it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. I there's something about it. It just kind of just. hits like the right spot for me, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I think I would put it on listen to in future, but almost put on the wall.
I actually would put it on the wall. I don't know why.
We can do
Just
B then.
okay.
B definitely works.
I don't know. It's just kind of cool in a way. I don't know. It's got like some cool vibe to it.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot about it that looks really cool, but also like doesn't hit you right away. But it's all of a sudden when you look at it, like when I first saw it, I'm like, wow, it's pretty interesting, kind of thing. So definitely, yeah, we can put on wall. I think that's where it belongs. So this is Critopsy's album. I think their second album, despite their demo and rehearsal tapes, called None So Vile. It's a very heavy, kind of fast-paced heavy metal album. Kind of one of the albums that a lot of people kind of lean towards, especially the early like metal scene where they're like, this is an album that was like trying to define that metal can get heavier. And it's not like black metal heavy or like grindcore heavy. It's definitely death metal heavy, so it really leans towards that side. And good solid album all around. If you want something to headbang to, there's definitely a few songs in there that will get you riled up and mosh pit with your stuffed animals.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, Carolyn.
Okay, this one's mine. So this is on the cover it has like a kind of 1950ish like woman kind of having like a plate of food, and in the background it has like a man with like those I forget what you call them, but where you go to the eye doctor, you have that thing put on your face, playing a violin with an x-ray showing his rib cage, um and kind of like a paintish kind of background to it as well, with like some flames and stuff like that. It's very yeah.
I'm almost surprised you didn't choose the re-release for this, but I think that's because it kind of
I
has a Dookie situation where it's almost too much.
Yeah. That pretty much got it.
But because of how limited this one is, I would do put on wall.
Yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that one. I would put on wall. I mean,
I would do it ahead of Critopsy's None So Vile personally,
okay, we'll do that.
if that's possible.
Okay, yeah. Um, so
And
what
then
is your reasoning for it, by the way? Just wanted to know.
I'm a sucker for that kind of art, and it's a very weird kind of thing where there's things that just don't fit, and it works very well. Like, why is the X-rayed man with the eyeglasses thing playing a fiddle? We'll never know.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I really like this album cover a lot. I've always liked it. I don't know. There's just something about it, and I do like the re-release as well. But it's a lot going on, for sure, for some people,
Hmm.
and so that's why I kind of like I didn't want to have like the like pretty much putting Dookie twice, in a way. So I just went with the classic one. That way.
Yeah, I feel like if you did the re-release, I definitely would have put listen to in future. But why don't we tell everyone what the hell this album is?
Yeah, it is Green Day Insomniac. It came out after Dookie. I think it's their fourth studio album, if I'm correct. Yes, it's fourth. This one I really like a lot. It's pretty much Dookie, but it's much I don't know. I don't want to say darker. What's the word for it? Um,
Polished, much more polished.
Polished. The writing in it, it's a lot more like raw and
Mature.
matured. It's very angry and bitter, which fits the time period of how they were feeling when writing the album, because it was literally just after Dookie and they were kind of rushed and forced to like have another album because they wanted to
And
keep the
that's kind of
high.
shitty.
Yeah,
Ugh.
they were just really bitter and stuff like that about it, and they were just not really ready for it. So like, but I think that's why I love this album though. It's so honest. you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's a very good album. I always find myself listening to Jaded and Brain Stew. Not in that
Hmm.
order, but I always find myself returning to those songs, and it's just like something about it. It's just it's a good album all around. I definitely would recommend this fun little pop punk punky album. It leans more to punk than Dookie did.
Yeah, for sure.
So
You're going back to that raw sound, you know, that raw, but like polished, but raw, you know.
yeah, I agree. Okay, the next one has I think two light bulbs. One that looks like a pirate, R, and then another one's broken and has a cigarette. They both just have hands. You know, it's very comic 1950s easy.
It.
Without what's up?
No, I was just chuckling to myself about it. Go on.
No, you're fine. It's without any of the context of the music and the band, and where I would rank it. Well, Carolyn has to tell me her feelings about it first before I say anything.
It's cutesy. I'll give it that. I mean, I can see it in a shirt only just because it's cutesy, but at the same time, it kind of goes back to fully deflux thing where it's just like maybe too
Almost
cutesy.
boring.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like too yeah, you know. So I don't know. That's a weird wide range, but you know, where we're going.
I would put it uncool, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that one.
Can we put it ahead of the Fall Out Boy album?
Yes.
Because I like it more than that one. I
Yeah.
hate to
No.
say
No.
it.
No. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that one.
And let's see if we can switch things around. So, in your honor, I say put on the back. I honestly prefer the Zaster and Leviathan one over it.
So all the way in the back, or just like shifted ones.
The Foo Fighters one just all the way in the back.
Okay.
And then we'll go through about like what's the word? Um reorganizing it
Yeah.
when we're done.
You didn't. You meant the
But
cool category, right? The cool, I guess, category, right? That one.
yeah, we'll categorize it after we're done.
Okay. I was just wanting to make
Okay.
sure that was the one. So yeah, we can
Yeah.
fix it up later.
So next one is a character that looks like they have died in a tub and are holding on to a note of some sort. It almost seems like this person has committed suicide to an extent because their throat is cut and they're bleeding out. Um, they're in like a bathtub or something. This one I would put in. I don't know how it would happen. Kind of like the Loathe one, tattoo.
Yeah. Okay. I
How about you?
I say T-shirt almost, just because
We
I.
can.
I know T-shirts getting categories are getting really bad, but I don't know if that's. I mean, we can compromise. I don't know if you want up there. I can do tattoo as well though.
Oh no, t-shirt works just as fine.
Okay.
That one's fine. Yeah.
Put you up there then.
So this one is, I would say, debatably, I don't know, one of my favorite albums of all time. This is Death Consciousness by Have a Nice Life. Definition, definite doom-gazy album, and it's just a really, really solid, good listen. I can go on for hours about this album, but I'm gonna just shut the fuck up before this becomes Jacob sucking dicks of albums that he really, 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 really likes.
Fair enough.
Any more opinions on it for yourself, Caroline?
I don't know. I just like the color scheme a lot.
Yeah, that's another thing that kind of like attracts me to it. So this next one we have is looks like the statue of Mother Mary against like almost barbed wire and like smoke in the background, like a torn kind of thing. I personally want to put this on T-shirt, but I also kind of want to put on wall. What's your take on this album cover?
Yeah, I say put on wall. I think is pretty good for it. I feel like that makes the most sense for it and how it looks to me.
Context? Like why would you say that?
I think for a shirt, I don't think it'd be bad on a shirt. I just think for like a poster, I think it'd just be more interesting to look at as a poster because it kind of goes
Yeah.
for more the artistic kind of like vibe to it, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I can definitely see that. So that is the album from the very short-lived black metal / war metal band called Damar, and that is their album Triumph Through the Spears of Sacrilege. One of the best.
Oh, you're kind of breaking up
Just
a little bit. You broke up a little bit.
Yep. Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay. Damar's Triumph Through the Spears of Sacrilege. Muy bueno. If you like black metal, war metal, listen to this. If not, stay away from this.
That's fair.
Okay. Next one. Darkness and then a face coming out of the darkness. It's very almost like 80s horror movie-esque. It looks kind of cool, but I want to hear your opinion before I say anything.
I say shirt for sure.
Wow, really?
You surprised?
Kind of, because I think this is dog shit.
Really?
Do we want to compromise on listen to?
Yeah, I think it's good. Compromise.
Okay. I forget what album this is, but this is an album by Sadistic Intent. No harm to my boys, Sadistic Intent. I've met the guitarist. Super cool dude. He owns a record store. I think I don't know what part of California. It's more north from here, but it's like super cool dude. Super cool record store. Talked my ear off, and I wish he could talk my ear off again because, oh my god, he's so cool. Anyways, Sadistic Intents, like a fast-paced metal band. They're pretty cool, pretty good. But the album cover for that one, I just don't really like. I don't know why.
I just found
Like
it interesting.
yeah, because it almost gives off a daughters, you won't get what you want, but it also just doesn't because it's just too much detail for me, in my opinion.
I think it almost oh god, what is that band called? Oh no, I forgot what it's called. They are like I think they're like a rockabilly kind of dark band. I can't remember what they're called. Jesus, my sister used to listen to them, or I guess does. I don't know. But yeah, I don't. It just gives me that just vibe. I don't know if I just remembered what it was, that would make sense. But I can't for the life of me. So I apologize. But I don't know. It just reminds me of something else, I guess, and maybe that's why I like it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Next one is a UFO porno in the sky, like against like a gray background. Looks like it was taken by a black and white like photo. What's your opinion on this one?
F.
Really? Okay.
Like we're having like a weird like I love this like, kind of ending thing though. Like getting closer to the end, we're like kind of starting to get only because
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
it's it's okay. I think I mean like yeah, it's like cool, but like it's just not really enough. It just kind of looks bland to me.
My love for cryptozoology is gonna show again. Put on wall for me. I can compromise for cool, I guess.
I could probably listen to it in future. Actually.
indie, sure.
Yeah.
I'm compromising lower.
I think it's fine. I think I listen to it in future. It's just,
Okay.
I think
It
it's
is very
nice.
plain, but I like it. I'm like I said, I'm a sucker for that kind of shit. So
I mean, that's fair. I can get that. That's your vibe. So
it is. It is unfortunately.
it's
Unfortunately.
not unfortunately. That's just how that's your style.
Weird shit. Gotta love it. So
Mm.
your turn.
Oh wait, what about the context?
Oh, the context. I'm so sorry. Thank you. This was the first pressing or the first release of Fog Lake's Inference 3. So the one that we have on Put on Wall by the Alice in Chains Tripod album was the re-release. The one with the little UFO on the gray one is the original release, and they just have different songs and whatnot. If you end up listening to those two albums by Fog Lake, they're called Inference 3, literally the same thing, but they have different demos. Like Inference 3, the first one, is pretty different from the second one. I recommend listening to both of them back and back because in total it's like 35 minutes of your time. So it's not long.
That's fair. All right.
They're like indie. It's like an indie, like almost not bedroom poppy because that would be it's just it's a very raw like experience to listen. Like it's more folky,
Okay.
but not too folky. It's like it's just I don't know. It's hard to describe it. It's definitely under like the indie kind of vibe.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like as indie as this shit gets. So your turn.
All right. So it's two skeletons laying together. They're pretty much holding each other in a room. It looks like, I don't know, whatever room you want, with guitars. There's like things falling over, like lamps. You can see, the side of like a better couch. If I'm
Looks
correct.
like it was atom bombed.
Yeah, like in a way. I guess that's a good way to describe it. It's not really too much to say, when it comes
Yeah,
down to that.
there's a lot of detail in it though, so
Yeah.
but
What is
I
your
feel
favorite
like
part?
this one almost impedes from the detail. So
Mm.
I'd probably put it like almost on Put on Wall, but definitely listen to in future.
Yeah. I can agree with that one. Listen to in future.
Okay, that one. I was interested because I thought you were gonna put that one.
My only reasoning of why I'm putting in listen to in future is that the fact of like I feel like with out of like I don't know about context, but it's like it's one of those. It's like it's kind of like it's bittersweet in a way, but it's just kind of random almost because you're like there's
Yeah,
a little bit too much like kind of recognizable objects in there where you're like, oh, it kind of
yeah.
kills it. But if it was just kind of them, the skeletons, and maybe just like an empty room, I think it'd be kind of interesting.
No, I agree. I agree with that one. So do me a favor and explain to me the context of this, even though I do know.
So, so, so this is I know this is kind of a weirder one because I know we were doing the individual albums, but this is a greatest hits album from Fall Out Boy. Leavers Never Die. So here's the thing: there's two versions of this because
There's
they
a red one.
made a part, and that annoys me greatly in its own context because they didn't bother to make another album cover. They were just like, screw it, let's just make it red, and slightly
They didn't
bothers
even
me.
like inverse it or something,
No,
you know?
it bothers me. So that's why I went with this one because I was like, no, I'll just go with the classic one because this one actually is like pretty good. Again, it's a greatest hits, so it's got a lot of this albums from their first album to the last one, at least before their hiatus. It was Fully Defox. Plus with like some additional stuff on there that was either
Like demos.
original, yeah, either like original, I think, or some stuff that didn't make it onto albums, or which is interesting because now it's kind of weirdly, I don't know, but not contradicted, but they had "Growing Up," which was on their original EP, um, going out with your girlfriend, or evening out with your girlfriend, and so now that's out on Spotify. But for the longest
Which
time,
is weird.
yeah, that's a whole different story. I probably should have put that one on here too, but I just didn't. But
That one would have been cool, I guess, for me, even though
yeah,
the album's probably good.
it's an okay album, but yeah. So, but it's a good. I mean, it's a greatest hit. So it's got the good ones on there. So
Yeah.
it's a good. It's a good. If you just want to get a context of a pre hiatus Fall Out Boy, then I recommend it.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Good one. Okay, so we have a statue of a woman. Kind of looks like a Mother Mary. Kind of looks like just a regular nun. It's a black and white image, and I feel like it beats like one of the other statue images we've seen,
Yeah.
but does not beat the other one. For me, the I think I don't know. What I want to hear your take on it.
Oops. Okay. Let me see. Looking at it, this one's kind of harder actually for me to say. I like it, but at the same time, like I can see it as her, but at the same time, there's just like I feel like it almost just too much like just a normal photography pic to me as well.
Okay.
Like I don't know, like with the other like nun ones, I feel like there's like a little bit more going on to them. That just makes them
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
So I'll say either listen to in future or put on a wall.
I can go with listen to in future, but I
Okay.
think I'd put it on my wall personally, but we can go on listen to in future.
Okay.
This one was a compilation album from The Body and Thou, which are both like metal projects. This is an album called To You Whom I Have Always Hated. And as much of a tongue twister as that name is, this is like I say Damar's black metal albums like really good, but I think this would have to be either close first or second because I don't know what happened to the CD I have, but it's gone and it's disappeared and I'm so upset about it. But this is a really good like just solid clean production of black metal. Like it's not as like rough as like Damar's or Dark Thrones or Burzums or Leviathans. Like it's a just pretty solid black metal album and a pretty good produced one too.
Okay.
That I think it's all around a good one. So that is The Body / Thou, To You Whom I Have Always Hated. Next one we got is a guy with long hair going to smash a guitar. I feel like we're gonna have an agreement on this one.
Okay. I don't know why that worries me in a way because it's like,
But I want to hear what you think.
it's okay. It's.
I
I mean,
So you're thinking D?
maybe.
I think it's dog shit.
Yeah. It's just yeah, not a lot going on. It's just kind of a simple picture, really.
Once again, a good album that suffers
So yeah, I think I'm gonna put
from
it in
a
F. Honestly,
shitty cover.
it's just like it's cool, but it's like it looks like almost it belongs to like a greatest hits or something album or something. I don't know. That's a weird way of putting it. Considering
It's
going back,
it's unfortunate because I've listened to like maybe one song off this record and I thought it was pretty good. And the main reason why I've avoided it is because of the album cover. And that's sad to say, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Chris Cornell's third album he did by himself called Scream. This is a very, from what I've heard, a very experimental album because he got involved with like electronic artists and just went out of the boundaries of a rock musician. And that takes a lot of cojones. Like, that's just a really inspiring thing, you know, as someone who really likes rock and music, just like him going out of his way to be like, I want to do more, you know. I don't want to just stick with rock. So that's Chris Cornell's third album, God Rest His Soul, Scream. Even though his first album was probably his best from his solo stuff. It kind of sucks because this album just really falters from. It almost looks like one of those Christian alternative albums. I feel like a lot of Christian alternative
Yeah.
artists kind of either took inspiration from this, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Jeremy Camp and all
Mm-hmm.
that shit.
Yeah, I can
So
see what
yeah,
you mean.
that
Yeah.
this one kind of suffers from its album cover, and I think Pink's album does as well.
Yeah, because it's like it's such a good album. I think. I mean, there is like a song or two on there that I think are off, but like for the most part, it's a good album. It's definitely just open. I think it's definitely one of those albums where she's like really opened up a lot. I mean, obviously she opens up more about herself, but it's like she wanted to purposely because of the record label, saying no to that, and she said no, I'm doing that.
Yeah, that's admirable.
Mm-hmm.
So this next one has a door opening, and there's just like rainbows coming out. It's almost like you opened up a door to a pride parade, but it's just super cool, and it's very shiny and very colorful.
Definitely eye
It's
catching.
very old, yeah, very old wooden door too. Where would you rank this?
Sure, almost tattoo. Honestly, I don't know how you.
Really?
I don't know how you get a tattoo of it, but
I would do listen to in future.
gotcha. Okay.
Um, but we can do put on wall.
All right, that's fair. I can. Yeah, that's a good compromise. I don't know why.
This is yeah. It's just it's a nice, but I don't know.
I don't know. I like
I mean,
shiny. I don't know why. Maybe that's what I might think. I just really like shiny.
that's a very valid reason. I think it's a very valid reason. But um, this is Silverchair's, the Australian rock band, now almost rock pop band, especially with their last two albums. This one was their second to last, their fourth album called Diorama. And I hate to say it, but this was another album that kind of suffered me looking at the cover and going, I'm not too sure. And then when I listened to it, it was like, oh my god, what have I missed out on? But if you're stuck in the grunge stuff of Silverchair, that's fine, but you're missing out because this is phenomenal record, and it's just at the end of the day, it is pretty, but for me, it kind of suffered from the same thing with Era Vulgaris from Queens of the Stone Age. I just looked at the cover and was just disinterested and didn't want to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
But like Carolyn said, shiny. Maybe shiny is your thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Black painted face, a red eye, and a yellow eye. Almost an inverted sense of one another, where the red is the pupil and the black is the rest of the eyeball, and the black on the other eye is the pupil, and the red and the yellow is the rest of the eyeball. Looks like it has like a tear coming down, eyebrows. Very weird, very abstract background. It's just very almost colorful, but also deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's wordplay. You'll find out why in a second. But it's a very cool album cover.
Yeah, I feel like
Where
yeah, definitely. The more you look at it, again, the more it kind of looks interesting.
mm-hmm. Where would you rank it?
Ah, t-shirt or maybe a tattoo.
I will go out of my way to put this in its tattoo.
Okay.
I will pay whatever money I have to.
I will pay as much as I can for this.
I'm being a little biased because just a little. I'm trying not to put the music involved with it, but it's hard. But holy crap. This is Dive's most recent release, their third studio album called Deceiver. This once again kind of like Have a Nice Life, Death Consciousness. Probably one of my favorite albums of all. It's shoegaze beyond shoegaze, but also very melodic in that sense, and it just banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. If you like shoegaze, if you like rock, definitely recommend this one. And the main thing that caught me from it was the album cover. I like painting, and seeing that, I was super interested to see how something that was painted as such a very almost like messy feeling, how that would sound. And I was not disappointed.
Yeah. I use agrees.
Okay, your
This
turn.
is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't know why I'm embarrassed about this one. It's just it's the word riots put on a like blank page, not blank, but like a white page multiple times, and there's like one, like not quite in the middle, but almost in the middle. That's orange. So
Okay.
that's it. That's it.
There's
I
not
mean,
much to say about this one.
I don't know how much you want me to put in detail.
Yeah, that's what it is. Hmm. I'm gonna let you go first.
I'm gonna say it. I will say it sort of suffers from the same issue as the Dookie. It's a lot going on, and I think it's worse because it's just words. So you're like, what?
Overstimulation.
I mean, I do appreciate that they put at least the actual title of the album in orange.
Yeah.
But
So
so there's that.
so where would you put it?
Either cool, I guess, or listen to in future.
I'm leaning towards high cool, like kind of. I don't know. This is a very meh album cover for me.
Yeah, and actually, it's a little interesting point. I'll make after you know they put it. I guess the cool, I guess, kind of works as that.
Okay.
At least to me. I don't know. I don't know where in cool, but I'll just put it here for right now, and we can like flip it later. Probably
Yeah.
be best. So, yeah, this is Paramore's Riot album. This is their second album, CD album. It's a good album, and like
Really good.
it's great. But I feel like again the problem with the cover is that I feel like someone can just get way too overstimulant with it and be like, oh, okay, I don't know what this is. This is a lot. I'm just gonna move on, kind of thing. But it is a good album. Actually, the album cover, I don't know if this is official or not. I think it is, but No Doubts. What is it called? That album. I can't remember what it's called on the top of my head, but I think kind of thing. It's kind of got the same vibe to it, but just a little bit
Yeah.
different. I can't for the life of me remember the title of the album. Is it something hella? I can't remember. Was it? Or I think it's a song of this. But yeah, the thing is, I apologize. I can't remember off the top of my head what the album called. But like, you can just look up No Doubt or like maybe Paramore or something. It'll probably may come up or something. Or I think maybe people have talked about it before. The comparison to it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I feel like No Doubt did it better because it kind of made more sense. I feel like. you don't have no context of like
Yeah,
the
no, that's
show.
fair.
So just take my word for it. I don't know. So that's it. Yeah, I mean, it's a banger album. So
Yeah, I agree. It's really good. So I know I keep saying so every single song. I mean, every single album we get to.
it's okay.
This one has a figure on the hill, kind of like doing a really creeping like motion. He
Mm-hmm.
he looks like a little creeper, like a little guy.
Little man.
Um, which is yeah, a little baby man, little piss baby. Um, and I would probably I would probably put this on, maybe listen to in future, but leaning towards cool, I guess. I wanna hear what you got to say about
It's yeah. I feel like it's cool. I guess because it's like it's interesting, but as an album cover, not really much to go off of.
it. Yeah, yeah, I can see that as well. Um, so cool, I guess it works.
Mm.
What's super interesting about this album is it ended up, when I saw that cover, I actually was really intrigued. But I think it was on like a list of like most disturbing albums or something like that. This
Oh.
is Pishage de Ver's self-titled album. This is an ambient black metal kind of project.
Mm.
Bordering on the lines of practical incomprehensive noise, but it's not noise. It's almost too watered down to be noise. But then it's probably closer to white noise than it would be Mesbro's wall of noise, where it's just destroying you as a person every way possible. This one's just more like listening to rain almost.
Mm.
But very good black metal. The songs range from like 10 minutes to like 30 minutes,
Whoa.
I think. I know. So it's a really hefty listen.
Hold on.
So, Carolyn,
I guess my turn.
your turn.
It is a man with like kind of like standing in like a I don't know what you would call. I don't want to say T pose. I hate that word. I guess more of like a
T-pose. He's T-posing. He's T-posing. He's
I want to
T-posing.
say more like crucifixy kind of position, if that makes even sense. You know,
Yeah.
with like kind of wings coming out the back of him on a road. You know, just like a abandoned road,
Mm-hmm.
but the sky kind of being cloudy and gray and everything.
Yeah.
That's how I describe it. How do you feel?
I I like it in a sense, but I don't like it enough. It's not dog shit and it's not cool, I guess. It is definitely probably C, listen to in future. Cause I don't hate it, but it's definitely like an album cover to where I'm like, oh, this kind of looks interesting, and also like probably never listening to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I can see where you're coming from with that. It's like it's interesting, but it's not doing enough to like be like like I want like yeah I can agree with that. Listen to in future. I think it's definitely interesting. I almost want to say put on a wall, but like I could definitely agree with the listen to in future. Um, just because it's interesting, but it needs to be more intriguing. I feel like to be there.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, so this is Breaking Benjamin's Phobia album. This is their fourth album, if I'm correct. Third, fourth.
Fourth, really?
Hold on, give me a minute. I need to remember. There's that one. There's that. It's no, I think it's a third actually. Pardon me. It's
Huh.
their third album. I could be totally wrong still, but if I'm correct, I've not heard every single song of this album, but I've heard pretty much almost, and it's a pretty good album. I think it's got a lot of their famous ones on there. Breath, Blow Me Away, Had Enough, you know, Dance with the Devil, Diary of Jane. That's the big one off of this album, obviously.
Huge.
It's that's the one. Yeah, but
That's it. That's the one.
but this album is really good. I feel like I recommend it. I know I've not heard all of it, but I've heard pretty much almost all of it, and it's really good. There's a lot of good stuff on here. If you're like into like what are they exactly? They're kind of hard rock, I guess. They kind of go there. Maybe even lighter than that, but they're pretty good though. I enjoy Breaking Benjamin a lot, so definitely would recommend.
Yeah, I've listened to maybe like 4 songs of this album, and I really like them. But I'm also a sucker for prog rock, so
There you go. That's what it's called. I could not think for the life of me what it was called. So. The genre. So there
it's
you go.
like post grunge as well. Post grunge.
Yeah.
Just that shit.
Indeed. Oh, this also is mine. This next one. It is a Lilipop that is attached to like a rusted like metal like a piece of like rod that's like on like I'd say piece of wood, I guess is my best way of describing it. Maybe like a the floor or whatever,
Okay.
That's it.
There's not too much to this one.
No. There is not.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I think it's cool, I guess.
Yeah. No, I agree with that one.
It's okay.
It's interesting, but again, not enough to really do much. I mean, it really is just like, okay, it's a lollipop, cool.
It's cool, I guess.
Yummy, I guess. That's good. Yum yum. Yum yum. So, for context, this is Poets of the Fall, Carnival of Rust. This is their second, album. I really like this album. It's, I mean, between the first and, like, their second album, like, they're kind of tied to me when it comes to, like, their sound. It's just really good. How do I describe their sound? I guess they're like, they're kind of on the rock scene, pretty much. I'd say,
But it's a very orchestra heavy band.
Yeah. But I love this band a lot. Thanks, Remedy with Control, because that's the reason why I got into this band in the first place, because of their other quote unquote band name, which is the old Gods of Asgard. So, but yeah, it's a good album though. I really enjoy it. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Huh. Yeah, I've gotten into some of Poets from or Poet, you know what I mean. Just little bits and pieces.
Yeah. Makes sense. Also, I'm just gonna shift these two together because they're the same album.
That's very fair. Okay.
Shift them together just so it makes sense.
This has a picture of the Earth at a very, like, dark kind of background. Like, it's very almost ominous and scary. And it has the words in big, bold letters, I shall die here.
Oh.
Where would you rank this one?
I don't know if you hear that, me tapping, so, either put on wall or t-shirt.
I can agree with put on wall.
Nice. I'll just shuffle both of them on there.
No, you can just put one of them because we also have another Tad inhaler.
Oh, we do.
And we already talked about that album.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, good point. Okay, let me then do that. Let me shuffle. No, move. No. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So, yeah. I guess context of why I want it there. It's kind of interesting. It's definitely like dark, especially with the big words. I shall die here is kind of fitting, I suppose, of what the world is right now with Earth and everything. So it's a very
Yeah.
dark feeling.
I mean,
don't
yeah,
know.
if you look at it like that too. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I don't know if that's a dark way of saying it or not, but it's just.
That's the way I roll, my gal. The darker it is, sometimes the better. It's a little more honest. So, this is the body's, I think, fourth or fifth album. Maybe. They've had a lot of albums and a lot of like collabs and shit. This is the band we talked about where right below it has the picture of the nun holding her hands together. That is the body's. The body was involved with that album, but this is their own album called I Shall Die Here. This is a very electronic heavy album, but it also has a lot of that black metal stuff we were talking about earlier that they did with Thou. So it's definitely an emotionally heavy album. It really reminds me a lot of The Daughters You Won't Get What You, except a lot more incoherent and screamier, and I guess to some parts heavier on the noise, but also more lenient.
Okay. That's
So that's a good
interesting.
one.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Alright, and I guess we have the last one. Did my cat just open the door? No, never mind. I just saw something else. Okay. Don't mind me.
I'm hallucinating. It's too late.
So, the last one we're doing is, um, two guys, who are, got, I think they're, not hammers, sorry, bats, and they're bashing, TVs and, like, kind of electronics and stuff like that, and, like, birds, I'd say crows or maybe ravens, like, flying out of it, and there's, like, a kind of pinky, like, kind of hue to it, as they're coming out. And kind of got the cool shadowy kind of figurey vibe as well. But not as, like, much, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. It's like colorful too.
Yeah, it's colorful. It's definitely, yeah, it's interesting. It's, got like a pink, I don't know what you call that, type of thing, but yeah, it's just, yeah, it's very nice. How do you feel about it? Of course, you want me to go about it first. I don't know.
I feel weird ending off on this
Really?
because it's almost, I hate to say it, but we grew up in the 2000s. This is a very almost overused and overrated, and at time, I don't know, just looking at it, it's so boring to me, but the color adds something to it. So it's borderline dog shit, but definitely cool, I guess.
It's interesting because I'm actually, I don't know why. I'm kind of partial to this type of style. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's nostalgic for me, I guess, for some reason.
That's reasonable. That's
But, like, I
understandable.
shouldn't have nostalgia blame me, though, because that's always been a thing. But, by a lot of things. But, I don't know. I guess, cool, I guess, would be fine. Category for it. I can see it. It
I
is
feel
weird ending
weird
it off of
ending
it.
on it. Yeah.
It is a
Like
little weird ending off of it. Man, I wish I could add one more.
it's almost a bad note, you know?
Yeah. It's almost weird, yeah. I feel like there could have been, like, something hurrah. If only we knew. Save one.
Well, let's kind of reorganize just a little.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start off with dog shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's an appropriate organization for them because Elliot Smith, I think, is the most interesting out of all of them for me. But
Yeah.
I want to hear your opinion.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
And then, unfortunately, Chris Cornell's Scream is definitely the least interesting looking one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking. Let's see. That's my first mistake. I'm thinking. Passage des Vers maybe gets bumped above Zasser's and Leviathan's split.
Okay. Hold on. I need to remember which image would look like which.
The statue face and then Passage des Vers a little on the mountains.
Oh, so just flip them around?
No, just put Passage des Vers above the statue face. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And then, maybe put Panzerfaust below the Daughters album.
Too fun. Oh. Where's that one? Hold on. This one? The tree one?
Yeah, the one at the front.
Okay, below, you said?
Yeah, below the Daughters one.
Okay, hopefully I'm doing this right. You can correct me later if it's wrong.
No, it looks fine by me. Is there any changes or compromises?
Oh, that I want to make or something like this last minute?
For this cool, I guess, because I don't want to be fully in control of.
No, yeah, I'm okay with it. Actually, I think it's fine that way. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going on listen to in future.
Gotcha.
The sadistic intent, the one with the face, I'm thinking just put all the way at the bottom unless you disagree with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it all the way in the bottom. Actually, I think that makes sense. I'm also apologizing. My dog's like barking in the background. You hear that? So I'm sorry. I just have to mention that right now.
I love him.
Him?
It doesn't matter. I love it. I got Coco's gender wrong. Crucify me, please.
I'm just asking.
Fall Out Boys, I'm thinking should go under Benjamin.
Under Benjamin.
Do you think it should go above?
Oh, but you mean below it? You mean? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry.
No, yeah, I can see that. You know. Because I feel like, yeah, the Breaking Benjamin one is a little bit more interesting to it. So.
I'm thinking maybe the Dive album all the way at the top. That's not just because I really like that album, but it's nice and colorful and nothing's weird.
The paint one? Like the little corner ones? The paint one?
Yeah, the one with like the stuff in the corner.
Gotcha. Okay.
Do you think that one's good up front?
I like that one. Yeah, I think it's still good enough to be like up. Yeah, top front there. I think
Okay. And then maybe planning for a burial, the one with like the snow, unless you disagree, right below the Dive album.
No, I think it's fine. Yeah.
And then
shift it. There we go.
the one with the Burn Church, I'm thinking put right below what is it? The one with the lady with the hands.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Remember, you can disagree. You're legally allowed.
It's just something about Dookie being there up front. Something is off about it.
Do you want to put it lower?
For some reason, yes. I don't know why. Not that much lower.
Okay.
Just like behind the saucer, the flying saucer one.
Okay, yeah, that works for me.
I don't know. There's something about it. Just I don't think it should be that upfront to me. Considering
Well then,
we're just, mentioning about the Riot album and stuff like that. I don't know why.
if that one is behind the flying saucer, then I think we should put the one with the noose right behind the saucer as well.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
I think that's a good listing for it.
Yeah, I think
Do
I'm
you
okay
want to
with
go
that.
on the next one?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think it looks fine.
Okay. Let's see. Insomniac, I'm thinking bump all the way up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm biased, but
Yeah,
I really do like that album cover a lot.
I do as well. I'm thinking diorama we put behind the crux, the one with like the purple and shit.
Okay, diorama. Let me see which one's that one.
That's the rainbow one.
Rainbow. So behind it.
Yeah, just right behind the purple album.
There you go.
It's a little delayed because YouTube's super cool and awesome.
That's fair.
I really like Tad's Inhaler, but I think it needs to get brought down to the bottom.
Okay.
Just from an artistic perspective, it just doesn't,
Yeah,
I guess, bring that much to the table.
that's fair.
And then I think I Shall Die Here should be bumped up right by the smiling child, right under the rainbow door,
Yeah,
but right above the smiling child.
I agree.
And then maybe the black and white one of Mother Mary right above the severed head one, unless you disagree with it.
No, I see. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I almost want to bring the three-legged dog below the UFO right there. I think the UFO deserves second place.
I agree. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I just feel like it fits more that way.
Bueno. So we're done with put on wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. T-shirts. I say completely bump up the one at the bottom all the way to the top, and then we can organize it from there.
Yeah.
And then Mesbos, I think we should put in second place.
Okay. Well then, Mesbos, that's
The purple
yeah.
skull-looking face thing. That's almost gross to look at.
You said, close to the top.
Just second place. That's what I'm thinking.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that works for me.
And then let's see. I'm thinking bad dreams, the one with like the Carrie looking shit, should be right under the Mesbo one. I'm thinking.
Yeah. 100% agree with that one. I could.
And then our Crow's Angel, the one with like the guy in the hat and the wings, should be right under the Carrie one.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to bring the one with like the purple and shit, the statue up,
Yeah.
but I think it should go past the green statue.
Yeah, I think so. I think that works.
Okay. Any other agreements or disagreements?
Mm, I say the weird Rorschach one. I think I want that the last.
You want that last? That yeah, that's fine.
I don't know. I just think it just fits better that way. Ordering it this way.
Yeah.
Um.
That suits for me.
Okay. Other than that, I think I'm fine.
Okay. So we want to do the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. So tattoo. This one's really hard. I think against my better judgment we'll put the skull that's on top and the back.
Yeah.
And then maybe the one with like red and blue face, like that colorful one,
Mm.
should be put above the daughter's one.
Okay.
The smoky white face.
Yeah.
And then the the light show one should be put in the middle between the smoky face and the black weird face.
Okay. I love how you're describing it. You're like somewhere like that.
It's something.
Something.
Do you agree with this?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
You can disagree. You're allowed to.
No, I think it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So, from the worst album look to the best one. On the bottom of the list, we have Chris Cornell's Scream because we don't like how it looks. It's very generic. The second worst one is
Pink's Misunderstood.
okay. That one just once again a little generic.
Yeah.
And then the third worst one is Elliott Smith's Roman Candle. It's just boring, and that's the problem with it.
Um. Oh, I guess I can do it. Breaking. Not breaking. 3 Days Grace. Life starts here. I think that's correct. That's the name.
Life starts now.
Oh, starts now. Sorry, I mixed up another one.
I had a huge 3 days grace phase in
That's
middle school.
big fair. We put it pretty much bottom of like the cool, I guess, area. It's fine. It's not that bad. It's just there's it's just kind of as Jacob said,
It's not offensive and it's not great.
yeah, it's not doing much. Then we have Poets of the Fall, Carnival Rust. Again, it's nothing too much. It's like fine.
The one we have on the third worst one at the bottom of this is Zasther's and Leviathan split that has a very simple statue face that looks like it, I guess, was kept underwater for too long. It's not bad. It's just not offensive either. And then the fourth one towards this bottom is Pichales de Vera's self-titled album with a creepy little dude on a big hill. It's cool, but it's once again not too much.
Then we got Paramore's Riot album. A little bit too much going on, and it's kind of a little bit too generic. With that, with it just being in the word riot many times. And Foo Fighters. Sorry. What's it called again? Oh. I keep forgetting the title of this one for some odd reason. For Your Honor. There you go. So
Before
yeah.
you fun.
So this one's fine. It's a little more interesting than some of the others. Obviously, we're getting kind of a little up there, but not quite yet. With the design, it's cool. It's got interesting design, but it's just not quite there yet.
Yeah. After that one, we got Dark Throne's Panzerfaust. It's not a very offensive album, but it's also like it's better than whatever's going on with For Your Honor,
Yeah.
which is once again not much, but it's just cooler in my opinion, and I guess Carolyn's opinion too. Then we got the Daughters in the big giant letters with like on a road. It just kind of looks like a banner and a flag. I think it's fun, a little whimsical, especially for the album. Next one after that, which is our third favorite on Cool, I guess, is Mayhem's Death Crush. The only thing downplaying this, the sheer fact that it's a vinyl release was pink, I guess.
That's yeah, big woof. And then we have Fall Out Boy's Fully Fox cover. It's cool, but it's just a little like too kind of cutesy and kind of not really much, wise. It's cute. That you can say about it. It's cute.
And our official favorite on Cool, I guess, is Queen of the Stone Age Era Vulgaris. It's a very cartoony, but also not much to it. It's not exactly uninteresting on Iron. And on the bottom of Listen to in Future, C tier, is Sadistic Intense. I still don't know the album name, haven't bothered looking it up. It's just a very plain album cover. Don't know how it didn't end up on Cool, I guess, but it didn't, and it's just all around an album cover. It just, I don't know, there's not much to show for it.
Then we have Fall Out Boy's Greatest Hits at Believers Never Die. It's interesting, to say the least. It's definitely got, like I said, just interesting vibe, but I feel, like it's a little, I guess just like, it could be a little bit more, interesting and have like, less stuff going on in the background. And then, Breaking Benjamin's, Phobia, which again, it's cool and it's really interesting, to look at, but it's probably just not, enough. Again, it could be something to it.
After that, we got Burzum's Ask album, which is just a burned church. Um, it's cool. It's because yes, fuck organized religion, but there's once again, it's just a burned church. It's just a skeleton of a building. It still catches your eye because you're like, what the hell is this? I'm intrigued. Then after that, number 5, we got The Bodies and Thous to You, Who I Have Always Hated. It's very, very simple, but something about it almost intrigues you on why they chose that as the album art over anything else.
Okay. Then we have Green Day's Dookie. It's, middle of the student future. It's interesting of an album cover. Maybe a little bit too much going on to fully appreciate, but it's still, pretty cool, to look at, nonetheless.
After that, which is going to be like the 5th best one on Listen to in Future, is Zaster's Gate Through the Bloodstained Mirrors. It's a little more colorful. Little part of our list section, and you got your boy Zaster corpse paint in a doorway looking at a noose, which we've all been there. And it's just a lot more, I guess, more to it than something, I don't know, than like The Bodies and Thous to You, I've Always Hated. Fog Lake's Inference, release number 1. Very simple, very plain UFO in the sky. I'm a sucker for cryptozoology, so I absolutely love this, and I think it's great. Then our third favorite one to listen to in future is Nine Inch Nails Fragile. It's a very weird, very abstract kind of art piece that looks almost correct, but also looks like the film kind of got fucked up while they were developing it. Second one is Planning for Burials Below the House. I love the simplicity of this. It kind of the same vibe as Inference first release. It's just, I don't know, something about the Midwest and winter I'm kind of a sucker for, especially when it's not 1,000 feet of snow. Then our most favorite one on Listen to in Future is Dives Is the Izar. Nothing's centered, nothing's fully there. The background isn't completely white either. It almost seems like it's an array of clouds with dancing little colors. And that makes it just that much more interesting on that. For what we have, oh my god, these are all mine. I'm so sorry, Carolyn.
It's okay.
I think these are. Oh no, the last one I'm put on the wall. No, we're good. Okay. I was like, I have to talk this long. The
No,
our
please.
least our least favorite on put on wall was Tad's Inhaler. Cute, wholesome, but not really interesting artistic. It's definitely something we would probably have cute doggies. Second least favorite is Cretopsi's None So Vile. Really cool art piece, but at the end of the day, it's just a woman with a severed head, and I've seen gore worse than that. The third, I guess, worst one on put on the wall is Demar's Triumph to the Spears of Sacrilege. All around, this album cover is very what's the word? Enticing because of the almost oxymoronic nature it has with the Mother Mary statue and everything and shit. The fourth, I guess, worst one is Mouth Breather's Pig. The more and more I keep looking at this, the more...
Oh, sorry, you're getting a little cutty.
No, you're fine. Am I clear? Can
Yeah.
you hear me now? Okay. The middle one is The Bodies I Shall Die Here. Nothing's more terrifying than space, but nothing is just as cool as space. This is the definition of terrifying as space. And it's an old picture of the Earth that was taken in like the 80s that the band decided to use for their album, I Shall Die Here. And I've never seen more accurate words put on a more accurate picture. Fifth favorite from Put on the Wall is Silverchair's Diorama. Who doesn't like gay pride? And also, who doesn't like doors that have rainbows on them? This is a very interesting and very color album cover, but it kind of, I guess, in a sense, falters for the sheer fact that it has all the colors. But it's much like the album, it has a door and it's willing to have that door open for you to open. Our fourth favorite on Put on Wall is Hurts, the Crux album. It's not exactly purple, but it's not exactly, white either. It's a very interesting shade of purple with these circles and all these different measurements of, I think what they would do to measure, the stars and shit. It's a very interesting album cover. I have like a t-shirt. It's just the more and more I look at it, the more enticed I am. And if you have the original or the pressing CD and shit. The third one is Alice in Chains' self-titled album, Tripod. Who doesn't like dogs? The third one on Put on the Wall is Take Two. This is another really weird album. Honestly, weirder than his first release of this one, where it's almost like a UFO in the road against a tree line and a light blue sky, almost like early in the morning, in dusk, and it's very, very creepy. But if you listen to the music with it, it's almost peaceful, and you feel like you can just hop on that spaceship and fly away with.
And then next is Green Day's Insomniac, which is on top of the Put on Wall. It's very interesting. It makes you ask what's going on. I want more context. Give me more, please.
Our least favorite on T-shirt, A tier, is Infirm's Virgin Mind. This is the second pressing where it has checked picture of blood, and it's not bad, but it's definitely something to where you don't know what to make out of it, but it's not exactly the best we got on that. The second and least favorite one is Leviathan's the 10th sub-level of Suicide. Person's crawling out of the shadow who looks very but there's so much darkness that it completely envelops the character itself, making what the character is or who the character is completely unrecognizable and bringing that enticement. Third one is Foo Fighters' self-titled album. It has just a simple little ray gun and the coolest thing ever. I refuse to give any more comment than that. The fourth one is Left's My Disease that has a picture of a statue that's just very close up, and it's like a rotted statue. And if you have the actual this on the back of the CD is even more statues, so it's even creepier, and I love it. Absolutely fun. Apparently the pictures were taken by the lead singer Matt Dalton. I someday would like to talk to him about where he took those pictures and what the hell was going on, because that is really cool and it's a good vibe for the album. Fifth one, From Joy's It Lingers. I'm a huge fan of vaporwave, and in some of the songs they kind of envelop vaporwave. But once again, I'm trying not to talk about the music. This is a very interesting art piece to where it's almost vaporwavy, but it's too uncomfortable to be completely in that vaporwave kind of moniker. Let's see. The fourth of the best, Arco's Angel Life's Love Loss. This a man just looked very distraught with his cane and his hat off with a pair of wings around him, like ground. There's not much more to say about it, but it's also the perfect image they could have found for this album. Third best one, Mirror Kisses Bad Dreams. Practically Carrie's worst nightmare. It's just a woman in pretty much their underwear, just drenched in blood. And it's just a very weird image that George Clanton used for this album, especially for the music behind it. But it's also fitting the more and more you listen to it. Misbo's Vertology, not Vitology, that's Pearl Jam, but this album's cover is probably the most enticing thing about it, besides the sheer fact that you literally get ear raped for 45 minutes to an hour by this guy's music, and it's just a super cool album cover and one of our favorites that we found on this list. And number one at the A tier is Death Con from Have a Nice Life. Very simple, kind of like Cryptopsy's None So Vile put on Wall tier, but there's something about it that's much more exciting, but more, I guess, melancholic and dramatic with it. And with that, we lead to S tier, the tattoo list, stuff we'd probably end up getting tattooed. The worst one, which is debatably not even, is Deftones' self-titled album. It's a very simple image of a skull that's somehow also very heavily detailed, but it's not too heavily detailed to the Green Day's Insomniacs or the Dookie album or Riot, to where it becomes, or Fall Out Boy's Greatest Hits, to where it becomes overwhelming. Instead, it's just the face itself. Also, with the flowers that are very heavily shadowed in one, it puts more emphasis on it. The third one is Daughters, You Won't Get What You Want. It's a very simply painted picture of almost a ghost. And it just is so unsettling. It just does not leave you with the right taste in your mouth. Like, kind of like Mesbro's album, where it's just like something's off, something's not really, put together with this album completely. The second one is Loath's I Let It In and It Took Everything. This is a very beautiful album cover, but it's also very unsettling. I have a thing with shadows, so for me, and just light arrays and whatnot, both a beautiful and, I guess, disturbing piece, but in the sense of the unknown, rather than completely giving you something, showing you something distraughtful and disgusting. And then number one on tattoo, to finally send this off, is Dive's album Deceiver. I've never recommended an album, and I'm going to continue to do that, not only because of the beautiful art, but the music contents. But that's the last I'm going to mention on music. But the artwork behind this has so many different layers and so many different parts and pieces to it that it makes it just that much more kind of like with Daughters, You Won't Get What You Want, is unsettling. But there's more detail to it. But it doesn't completely overwhelm the themes behind the painting. It emphasizes on the themes instead of completely breaking a wall of detail at you. It kind of is more of a casual, the more you notice kind of vibe. And that has been ranking albums only by their cover. You know how they say that you should judge a book by its cover? Well, I think not.
I couldn't agree more. Especially what we got a lot in like the like really bottom categories.
Yeah.
You know, some of them are like they're really good, but woof, the album cover is just not bringing it much attention.
Yeah, I agree. But it's funny because a lot of the albums, one, I chose, so I apologize. But two, they're just good albums too. So, but that's my opinion. You know,
Fair.
so
That is completely and utterly fair. So
this was fun. Well, this was a friendship, and it is 9:50.
let's go back to the let's just talk page because that makes sense.
Because nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm.
Yawn, yawn, yawn.
So, this was fun. I think we need to do this more sometime.
For sure. Yeah. This was really fun. This was definitely interesting to do.
There are a lot more albums we have yet to talk about, and you were even a witness. I had to stop myself from sending more.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely more albums in the world we could look at. I'm now even like thinking about it. I totally forgot a couple albums on this list, so you know.
Giles Corey, huh?
But
We'll find that out.
the next one. But we'll probably like do like a part 2 of this in the future or something, just like more to look at. Gather
Yeah.
more.
Oh, there was also Emits the Dark Waiting. That one would have been high for me.
Whoops.
That was fine.
So, yeah. No. So there's definitely there's a lot of music in the world. So there's gonna be a lot of Elven covers in the world.
We should do random album covers that we'll just find, not even albums we.
Just we don't even know it. We just like they're just randomly like just search up like just I don't know top like albums of all time and just pick out whatever is up there.
Yeah, maybe eventually we'll get there.
Yeah.
But other than that, I have to pee really bad and chug an energy drink because I got clay creations to make.
Oh my. So
I refuse to get on this any further.
That's fair. So yeah, it is probably a good time to finish it off since we've been going for 2.5 hours, or pretty much almost 2.5 hours at this point. So, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you like it, if you dislike it, let me know.
Don't dislike it. You dislike it, you're wrong.
Let me know if what album covers you think maybe should have been played someone else or whatnot. Please be nice about it.
No, don't be nice. Abuse me. Come over to my channel, yell at me.
My goodness. And subscribe, and please subscribe to Jacob Appear Artistic ADHD. Makes good content.
Don't do it.
No, wait, no, do it.
I haven't posted anything in months.
Yeah, but like, you got good
We're
content.
working on stuff, but I'm
We're
also
working on
recording an
stuff.
album, so it's
We're
like
doing a
there's
lot.
been no communication.
We've been doing a
I've
lot.
I've I've worked on a script for about 3 different videos, and then a, in total 4 other videos of our secret awesome. And I really needed a PS3 recording device, otherwise I'm not going to continue this. So I need to find
Yeah.
one.
Well, I found something that works, I suppose. So, I'll get you.
I'll try it if OBS doesn't crash.
That's fair. I mean, the one I bought recently, I meant.
Oh yeah.
That one
I'll-
works. I don't know if
we'll
it's
we'll
good,
try it.
but
I can try it on your computer if OBS keeps crashing.
that's fair.
Anyways, yeah, super fun project and other videos.
The super fun project will get out in the future. Don't worry, guys. It's a long process. It takes a long time. So
It's been
it's a lot
so
of writing. It's a lot of It's just a lot,
research.
and we
It's
still
just
haven't even edited it.
no, we haven't even. I
Oh,
haven't even gotten to the recording part,
editing is
let
gonna be
alone finishing the script.
editing's gonna be hell. I'm just like saying that.
Editing will be probably the fun part.
I mean, probably a fun part, but there's just so much footage I just meant. But anyway,
Yeah.
before we accidentally spoil what it is, let us
Hold on,
wrap
I'm
it
gonna
up.
mute myself so I can end up not.
Okay, fair enough. So, with that, like I said, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next next stream, whatever. That maybe that'd probably be next week, hopefully. So, bye, guys.